Hello, sorry about the delay. I was feeling dreadfully sick last night. I've just been getting myself into a state of biological stability. Also, my physical copy of Julian Young's biography of Nietzsche should be coming in today, so maybe we'll get to review that while we're live. That would be kind of nice. Alright. We're doing something a little different, okay? We're gonna cover the Trump RFK Jr. thing on the vaccines. Yes, but first, I saw Lobos Jr. doing this earlier today, and I want to do this myself. So, this is guessing the game by its cover art, guessing the game by its artwork, guess the game character, da-da-da-da. Guess the game by its specifications. Ooh. What type of music is that? That is Earthbound music. So chat, you can vote. I will accept. You can vote for free, but I will weigh super chats more heavily, okay? So there are rules here. There are rules here though. You cannot backseat quiz or whatever you call that. I don't know what backseat gaming is for a quiz thing. Until I open the floor to guessing, okay? Break 100% of President Sadi's audience's moms took Tylenol while they were pregnant. This is true. My mom also took Tylenol while I was pregnant. This probably explains some things. Like why I'm alive. Let's do cover art first, okay? How to play. Every day a new video game cover is presented to guests in the fewest times you can. God, the ads. There's so many ads. I thought I had ad block on. Okay. Oh. I'm tempted to say Burnout. Burnout Paradise? No. Use uBlock? Yeah, one sec. I thought I had uBlock downloaded. Let's see. You can't even use uBlock anymore, actually. uBlock's dead. What's the current thing being used? Adblock Origin? Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Here's what we'll do, okay? Watch this. Watch. See this, you stupid ads? Watch what I can do, okay? I can take where the ads are. Cut it down. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. Capture that. Cut it down like that. Oh, this is mirrored, so that's no good. That's no good. We'll just add another one. Hang on. We'll just add another one. We'll call this web game. Capture live. Pop into window captures. There we go. Then boop. And then pop you there. Nice. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Bellissimo. I hate car games. I want to try Burnout again. Maybe Need for Speed? It wasn't Need for Speed Shift. Oh my god. I actually got that. That was a guess. That was a total guess. Okay, how do we get to the next one? Just game selection? What? What is this? Give me another one. Are you fucking serious? Unlimited cover art. Let's do impossible. Ooh. This. Total overdose. Really? You don't know total over? How do you have an impossible setting and not know total overdose? Gunslinger's Tale in Mexico. That was. It's not that one, but it's got a similar color palette. It wouldn't be Miami Vice, would it? Or not Miami Vice, Hotline Miami. What is Miami Vice? Is that a movie? Oh, Midnight Club. I remember it being a lot darker. This must be the Los Angeles one. Yeah, there we go. Next. I feel like I recognize this. I feel like I recognize this one. Something Racer. Something Racer. Hang on, what have we got here? It's not going to be Ridge Racer. Oh, Necromancer. Oh, is this? Neuromancer, what? Okay, so the car is called Necromancer, or something's called Necromancer there. I'm actually not sure if that's a vehicle now. Huh. I guess we just try. See what that brings up. Cadence of Hyrule Crypt of the Necromancer featuring. Oh, the Necrodancer. No. Ah. It's not Neuromancer. No, we tried Crypt of the Necrodancer. That didn't work. I have a feeling Necro's not even in the title. That's just a thing that's on the bottom. Rift of the Necrodancer? Oh, it is. Look at that. Never mind. Is this a Neopets game? Hang on. Neopets browser? No, okay. What is this? Do you old classic PC games? I do. That thing, that little bat thing. That looks familiar. I think this is something old. One-time clue.
Pooh Bear Thought tip $13.37. Took a 3-year break from the political streamer space and was glad I could use your coverage of the BS over that period to catch up. Lot a disappointment, but thankful for your vids. Keep up the good work. Also read Guattari on stream.
When I'm competent too, okay? That's the ambition. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very kind. You're about to use a clue. When you activate it, it will show you release your platform genres and the clue will regenerate. Okay, sure. Don't fuck the worm. Okay, hang on. So this is the title, and then there's a subtitle. What? Dusk. Could it be dusk? Dusk? No. This does not help me at all. Guattari is way easier than Deleuze, is he? Dark is? No, it wouldn't be dark. It might be dark. There's so many games with dark in the title. Oh man. No, it's not dark. It's not dark. It's something else. It's gonna be something else. I'm thinking something dusk. I feel like it's something dusk, but there's not enough here, so that can't be it. Let's do another hint. We don't have any more hints. Okay. Shoot. Shoot. It ends with an L. Okay, so it's gonna be N something with an L at the end. It's gonna be the D word. So think like Dusk and Elysium Tale or something. Oh, it's gonna be tail. That last word's gonna be tail. Dust and Elysium. Are you fucking kidding me? Why did that not come up with dust? I got that right. God damn it. I actually guessed that randomly as the example. And that's obviously Spider-Man. Web of Fire. Haha! Haha! Hee ho ho. Ooh. Ooh, I actually have no idea. If anybody has any hints, be my guest. You can guess. You're allowed to guess now, okay? These are weird. These are getting weird. What is the best old Spider-Man game? Spider-Man 64, of course. That's not Star Wars. No, it might be. Those don't look like Star Wars villages to me. You think so? Okay, well let's try something. Let's try what was that Age of Empires knockoff? It wasn't Force Battles. Was it Force Battles? Hang on. Let's see. Let's see. We'll find it here. They really give you limited options though. Like this is not. Oh, maybe Outlaws. Let's see. No, Outlaws is the new one. What am I talking about? I was thinking of. You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of that old Doom clone, Outlaw. I used to watch my dad play the demo of that. That was weird. That was spooky back in the day when that like on like an old CRT screen in the dark. You think it's Empire at War? I don't think it's going to be Empire at War. I got that feeling, but let's see. Slime coming up. Okay. Is Empire at War even on the list? Seriously? I guess I need a space there. I always thought Star Wars was one word. Star Wars Galaxies Never Divided. Empire? It doesn't even have Empire at War. It doesn't have Empire at War on here. Hang on. Empire at War. So it can't be that one because they don't even have it on here, which is a weird thing to omit. They don't even have it, yeah. Yeah, Galactic, that's it. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds? Is it Galactic Battlegrounds? I'm gonna try that one if they have it. They don't even have it. Okay, it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be Star Wars. Red Gorilla? I don't think so. No. This is a hard one. This is legitimately a hard one. Can we get a hint? No, we can't get a hint. 3 lives remaining. Ah. What's the cost for... If we skip, do we lose a life? I think we might. Wrong franchise and saga. So it's not Star Wars. Okay. It is not Star Wars. Wrong franchise and saga. So... This looks to me like some kind of strategy game. Am I crazy? It is a Rambo game? I don't think it's a Rambo game. Could it be Dune? No, look at the ground. If anything, that might be, Ooh, actually. No, it wouldn't be. That would be far too fortuitous, wouldn't it? No, it couldn't be that. Could it be Jagged Alliance? Wrong saga and franchise. So it's not Jagged Alliance. Oh! Oh, what is that? What is that character? What is that? What is that thing? Okay, we got these weird... I don't know if that's like the remains of a jet. I don't know if those are huts. And then we got this guy here with his fist in his crotch. What is this? I don't think I've ever seen this before. Command and Conquer. I don't think it's Command and Conquer. I don't. Command and Conquer like has had a very distinct art style like from the first game. Maybe a mech game. No, it wouldn't have a person on the front like that, would it? Robotech? I don't think it's Robotech. What do they have in the Robotech list here? Because the only Robotech games I'm familiar with are the ones on PS2, and they're not even on here. Shoot. Okay, we'll try Dune, okay? What are we thinking? Dune, just Dune? Or Dune 2000? Dune? High chance it's Ultraman? Why do you think it's Ultraman? There's no Ultraman on here, so it's not Ultraman. Let's try Dune. Correct. Oh my god, who said correct saga and franchise, but wrong. It's gonna be Dune 2000. Dune 2? I thought Dune 2 was Dune 2000. Ah! Oh! That does not look like... It doesn't look like Dune. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh my god. What even is this? Oh. Okay, this looks familiar though. This guy with like the exposed like legs down here. I'm thinking action game. This is Gundam? You think it's Gundam? Why do you think it's Gundam? Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Maxa Boost on. That is very incorrect. However, I think we now know what this is a little bit from this. This is shoot, what are those letters? Something Commando? Captain Commando? I think Captain Commando sounds right. Captain Commando. Yeah. No, it's Johnny Bravo. I feel like I've seen that before, but I have no point of reference for what that game is. Okay, what do we got here? This looks almost like Final Fantasy art. But not quite, so I'm kind of thinking... Suikoden, maybe? Oh, it might be Suikoden. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Suikoden. Suikoden 2? Oh my god, I actually got that. Damn. I'm a genius. Okay. Anyone? Anyone? I've got nothing. I've got literally nothing with this. There's a fist here, clearly. And will be. Have you played Captain Commando? God, no. Heaven will be mine. That actually sounds... Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Well done. Okay, now this. That's interesting. I'm almost thinking a lighthouse. That looks like a lighthouse. We got sea here, we got sunset, we've got light up here. That's not BioShock. Rats Wars? I don't see anything called Rats Wars on here. Does it have to be capitalized? Nope. Why is it full censored? Well, you can see why it's full censored, can't you? There's a crucifix. Ooh, maybe. Oh, maybe actually that could be. That could be, and that could be the moon overhead. That's possible. That's a possibility. Jedi Survivor. Oh, actually, you know what? I wonder if it is. Oh, it is. God damn it. I was all excited. Soul Calibur? There's a V there. But I can't quite tell. I know the game is a cinematic French game. Yeah, you were quite wrong, I think. Trails of Steel. Oh, I think you're right, actually. Anything like pre-2020 I can probably get. Is this the first one? No, it'd be the fifth one. What am I talking about? No, it'd be the fourth one. There we go. Yeah. There we go. I played the first one. I downloaded that off GOG. The, not Trails of Cold Steel, Trails in the Sky. I didn't really get very far, though. I feel like I recognize this. I feel like I recognize this, but I also feel like I'm going to be very wrong. Samurai Showdown 5? Persona 3? No, Persona 3 is blue. Persona 3 is all blue. Everything in Persona 3 is blue. Cyberpunk, huh? Very good. Damn. What is that chainsaw man looking ass? Oh. 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 That's, something Berserker, I think. Or maybe not. Dark and darker. Yeah. Figured that one out pretty fast. Okay. Oh, this is that Sid, is that Sid Meier's, spaceship one? What was that called? Shoot. What was that called? It was, I guess... Is that Homeworld? No, it's got a, look, it's got a hex grid in the background. So it's that Starfighter game. But I can't remember what it's called. Star. No, not Stellaris. Stellaris isn't on a hex system. There was another one, though, that came out around the same time as Stellaris. Not exactly. No, it's not Beyond Earth. It might be Beyond Earth. But there was another one. There was another one that was a Sid Meier's game, so I'm gonna... Are you really? Okay, we'll do this one. Okay. Sid Meier. It's not Alpha Centauri. But they don't seem to have it. Am I crazy? What was the, It wasn't Colonization. That's the really old one. It's not Sins of... It might... Sins of a Solar Empire is also not on a grid, though. Maybe. Let's see. No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. It's not Alpha Centauri. There's no way it's Alpha Centauri. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think this is this Genesis Rising? Do you spell it with a Y? Oh. It's something weird like that? No, it's not Genesis Rising. Am I even getting that title right? Genesis Rising? Yeah, it is Genesis Rising, but that's not even showing up here. And that's also not on a hex grid. Shoot. It's not Alpha Centauri is on a square grid. It's not on a hex grid. There's a hex grid in the background here. That's not Alpha Centauri. It could be Alpha Centauri's got the shoot. The Alpha Centauri doesn't have ships on the cover. It's got like, because Alpha Centauri takes place on a planet. It's got like a planet vista, and then it has like the title, and then I think there's like something in the background, but it's not ships. Starships? I looked up starships. No, I looked up Starfighter. It's not Force Unleashed. Could it be Homeworld? I don't think it's Homeworld. But it's very old, you can tell. Maybe Homeworld. Let's it's worth a try. FTL? I don't think it's FTL. This has like a fleet of ships. FTL's a single ship. Has a hex grid in the back. It has a hex grid in the back. If the game does not have a hex grid as your field of play, has Beyond Earth been rejected? There's no way this is Beyond Earth. Beyond Earth had the cover of like the lady in the spacesuit looking out of a window. It was like white and like apple coated. Why does the border make it look like it's on a Blu-ray box? That's why I was thinking Genesis Rising, because it's got like a big blue thing there. This is one of those old fleet battle games. Galactic Civilizations. Ooh, actually, that's a possibility. The first one? Let's try. Nope. Wrong franchise. Ooh. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Yeah, Galactic Civilizations isn't on hexes. Which I just realized. Space Empires 4? I don't think it's Space Empires 4. Is Space Empires on hexes? You know what? You said 4? Why 4? It's the only one there. Alright. We're going for it. Oh my god. What a hideous cover. Alright. Ooh. Okay, we'll do like 5 more of these, then we'll get to the actual content. Okay. What is this? What is this? The art style, it's definitely old. It's definitely old. Sunday, which game is better than Stellaris Only Space? Sins of a Solar Empire, which is basically Stellaris. But tighter, with less micromanagement. It's a wizard. Some old D&D game. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? I bet it's Gauntlet. I bet it's Gauntlet. No, it's not Gauntlet. Oh, we got a blue thing here. Got. Oh, wait. Is that a wizard or is that? I don't know if it's a wizard. It's something holding a candle. And we got another person here also in blue with their foot on a door. It's not Gauntlet. It wouldn't be Dragon Slayer, would it? Ultima? Maybe? Golden Axe? I don't think it's Golden Axe. Golden Axe has the big burly guy with the axe in the front. Ascendancy. I don't even know what that is, Karasu. And it looks like neither does this. Oh, I think you're a little bit behind, Karasu. We're past the space opera game. I think that might be Druid? Druid. It's not even on the list. Do we get any hints? Do we have one-time clue? Okay. Oh. Dungeon Keeper. Keeper. Yeah. No. 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 Oh no. Dungeon Master? It's gotta be Dungeon Master, right? Unless it's Dungeon Keeper 2. But there's no 2 there, so it's gotta be Dungeon Master. Ah! Yes. Sunday, have you played any visual novels? Steins Gate, and I started because everybody was talking about Doki Doki Literature Club, and I never got through it. Steins Gate is funny, but it's long. And the thing about visual novels, it's like, just watch an anime, because there's an anime version of it. So why would I do that? I do like it though. Like the writing's pretty clever. Although I found the like many people, I found the protagonist just violently annoying. Okay, this cover. Is that Ultima? That is Ultima, right? That looks like the Ultima. It's ATM, so it's got to be Ultima. Oh, it might be Zelda Wand of Gamelon. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Yeah. 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 Okay. Oh, this is obviously Kirby. Does anyone remember which Kirby this is? This is one of the... I think this is one of the GBA ones. Star Ultra? Kirby Superstar? Let's give that a go. Correct franchise and saga. Kirby Superstar. It's so we did Superstar, right? So we'll do Kirby Superstar Ultra. I bet it's that one. Nope. Kirby Mass Attack? Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right. Yes, there we go. I'm not a big Kirby player, but I recognize it. Oh, this is Serious Sam. I know this one. Ha 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 ha. This is a classic cover. Oh yeah. I remember seeing this on the Toys R Us shelf back when that was a thing and they had a game section. We went to get Ocarina of Time for the first time and they had that big box. Freaked me out as a kid. It's like, what the hell is that? I was a very sheltered kid, but I had an appreciation for the kind of art that freaked out a sheltered kid. Oh, I think I know what this is. But I'm also not sure. Does anybody recognize this? I'm actually drawing kind of a blank. I want to say Ghost Recon, maybe. But it's legitimately like throwing me. Dishonored? Oh, that might... I don't think it's Dishonored. I don't think that's Dishonored. No, look at the side of that helmet. That's not the Dishonored helmet. Dishonored, they've got Call of Duty. Which one do you think it is? You sure? It's gonna be Call of Duty Ghosts, right? No. Wrong franchise, not Dishonored. Not Dishonored. It's not Call of Duty Ghosts. It's not Call of Duty, we tried that one. Toys R Us are mostly Lego Star Wars theory. Toys R Us is basically gone where I am. They moved locations and then they are closing up. You just can't compete. Everybody's buying their toys at Walmart and online. That is not the Talos. Oh, shoot. That's not the Talos Principle. Look, he's got, like, leather on him. That's not the Talos Principle, but I see what you mean with the little white at the bottom. Looks like the cat. That has a robot. It has a white robot on it. Ready or not? I don't think so. Yeah, that's very wrong. Okay, but what's this? Oot. Oh, is it Get Out? Or what is this? We got 2 guesses remaining, guys. Sunday, do you know about the infamous Euphoria visual novel? I do not. Oot! Oot! It's not GTFO, is it? No, it's got like the 4 people with the rifles in the front. That's not it. Utah game. Too soon. Shoot. I'm lost. Some of these are actually getting me. This one in particular, which I feel like is a more recent one. No clue. The Kojima corpse game. Is it Metal Gear? No, look, it's got text here at the end. So we can see that the last 2 letters of, at least the top part of the title, if there is UT. Ready or not? It can't be Ready or Not. It's UT. Okay, I'm gonna try GTFO. Actually, I'm gonna put in UT. I'm gonna see what comes out. A Way Out. Ape Out. I don't think it's Ape Out. Breakout. It's not Breakout. Nut. Just put in nut. Fallout. Ooh, Fallout. It's not a Fallout. Flat Out. Something's got to stand out here. Hang on. Knives Out? Gangaros, thanks for the $4.99. Trump dodged the question yesterday when asked how he plans on using Medicaid and chip for autistic kids when he cut $1 trillion for Medicaid and chip. It's been funny watching them, all the anti-vax weirdos are now freaking out because they're like, wait, no, it's not Tylenol that causes autism, you're getting it wrong. It's all very special, isn't it? Again, your job for the foreseeable future is to not go insane, because you will it'll be hard not to for a little while. I actually got nothing on this. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. What do you mean skip? What do you mean skip just kills you? What? Is it Breakout? Is it literally Breakout? That doesn't even look like Breakout's like a arena Breakout. What the Well, we got 12. That's pretty good. What the hell? Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more, okay? Oh shoot. Is this Gritty Breakout reboot? This ain't your grandma's Breakout. This isn't your mom's Tetris. Shoot, what is this? Is this that hallway game? Is this that What's that? What is it called? It's like it's where you're on like a Japanese subway, and you have to notice like the anomalies. What is that called? What is that called? Oh. Yeah, right? It is a horror game. Yeah. Shoot, I can't remember what it's called. Exit 8. I think that's it. No, apparently it's K something. Okay, you think this one's Kona? Ooh. Ooh, okay. I don't even know what Kona is, but I'll take it. What is this? 2017 Kona. Can't even search it on Google. It's an adventure game made by a Canadian studio. Oh, I know this one. Okay, yeah. Oh boy. Oh, this is a hard one actually. Canarium, maybe? This vaguely resembles the Canar. You can't even don't even have Canarium on here. Okay. That's not a new game, guys. How do you do that? Okay. Okay. Mystery adventure game. What's that? Oh, shoot. I think you're right. It is the... God damn it. My brain was filling it in and thinking like, oh, that arm here was like the edge of a parka. Oh, is this, that ball rolling game? Katamari Damacy. I think that's Katamari. Now, which one is it, though? Is it the first one? It is! Haha! Hee hee, ho ho. Oh. And this, I recognize this. This is Deus Ex. But is this Deus Ex Human Revolution or Mankind Divided? I'm gonna go Mankind Divided because I see the big guy on the back with the arm. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I see buildings with onions on top. I see graves. My brain wants to go ghouls and goblins, or ghosts and goblins. Ghouls and ghosts, super ghouls and ghosts. Prince of Persia. Ooh, it might be Prince of Persia, but there wouldn't be graves in Prince of Persia. Not Prince of Persia. I'm gonna say ghouls and ghosts. Okay, we're gonna try that one. Nancy Drew. No, it's a Nancy Drew one. Okay, we got it. We would have never gotten that one. Something Hall. The Ghost of Thornton Hall. There we go. It's actually a fairly recent one. Okay, ooh. This looks familiar. Is this, Oh, that looks familiar. That looks very familiar. So this looks like it's on a train. Maybe. Some kind of side building. Limbus. Oh, yeah, it is Limbus Company. It was a train. A lot of these are recent. Oh, and this is... I know this one. I know this one. I will literally find it. Asheron's Call. I saw the... This is from 1999. I think I saw the GMR magazine review of this. Okay, ooh. Ooh. Oh, what is this? I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I've definitely seen it. That like sort of that ripple texture there is very evocative. That's Godzilla. Oh, I think that is the PS2 Godzilla game. That is, Destroy All Monsters Melee or Unleashed? I want to say Save the Earth because it's the weird one. Nope. But it is Godzilla. I think it's Destroy All Monsters. Or Unleashed. I think it's Unleashed. Nope. Wrong franchise. Hang on. It's Masters of Orion. Okay. Who was so confidently saying Godzilla? I can see that being Godzilla. I get why you said that. But still, shameful. Shameful. Battle Antares. There we go. Yeah, Destroy All Monsters, first of all, was a GameCube cover. It wouldn't look like that. And I think it actually had, It had like Godzilla sort of in an over the shoulder shot. Strider? Is this Strider? I don't actually know what that is. The color scheme says Strider. I'm gonna try Strider. Oh, I think you're Resident Evil 2. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You got it. Resident Evil 2 original. Yes. I totally forgot about how compact that that original box art was. Nintendogs. This is Nintendogs, right? Let's say Chihuahua and friends. Why are you freezing? Chrome, why are you freezing? What's going on here? Game. It's not responsive. Why? 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 Wait. No. What the hell? Why? Ow. How does Chrome suck so much? Ugh. If I refresh it, will it stay at the same place? Hang on. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I just refresh it. Oh, you know what? I know what's happening. I can tell you exactly what's happening. Lobos Jr. is playing it, so everybody's jumping to this. That's what's happening. Okay. Well, I can't even relaunch the site. I think the site's just crashing. I think the site's being overused. Okay. Okay, we listen, we gotta go for one more time, okay? That was a fail. That didn't count. Going by cover art. And I want... Where was the thing for unlimited? Unlimited cover art. Here we go. Okay. Oh, good. It's the same one. Nice. Nice. We're back. We're back. Oh, that's great. Okay. Think Labrador and Friends? Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. We get to continue. We get to continue the same game. Good. Good. Shit. I see flowers on top. Maybe witch something with a weird break in it. BHW. Witchwood. Yeah, I figured. I figured it was something weird like that. And this one, I recognize this. I recognize this. Do I know what it is? No, but I recognize it. I recognize this artwork. I recognize this. Let's try something. Let's try, Galactic Civilizations? I was actually gonna say... I think you're right. I was actually gonna say, Star Trek Armada, but I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Because it looks like the space stations that you set up. Oh, and this one is... Shoot. What is that? That texture is... something. I almost wanted to say Space Moon with that blue, but it's not. Oh, Botankados and the... Yeah. Botankados and the Lost Ocean. Good eye. Good eye there. Very good. I can't believe I didn't get that one, actually. I've got a ton of that music on my phone. And this one I know. Which it'll come to me in a second. Sins of the Fathers, I think. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Saints Row is Sins of the Fathers, okay. No, that's not Saints Row. That's not Saints Row. When you're going to play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Theory? Someday. But gaming streams are all going to be on the Subprime channel. It's something Sins of the Fathers, so I'm going to put in that. Sins of the... But it's not Gabriel... Oh, it might be Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. Yeah, I was right. The way it was cut off at the end kind of, like, was screwing with me. By the way, Gabriel Knight games are great. I like the second one with the live acting. But the third and the first one have Tim Curry as the voice actor. Oh, well really? It's loss. It's loss, that's what it is. It's loss. Mother 3? Oh, it is the correct franchise. How about that? I was not... Earthbound Beginnings? When was that out? 1989? When did End of Evangelion come out? Because that is so End of Evangelion coded. End of Evangelion was 90s. And, Evangelion. Yeah, that was 1997. What is this? Ruiner? Edge Runner? Oh, I think you're right. Edge Runner, yeah. Really? Really? Nope, that's not an option. I think it's Ruiner. Tom Clancy. This is Tom Clancy. Come on! Keyboard, stop betraying me. This is Tom Clancy, I want to say... The Division. Nope, but it's Splinter Cell, okay. God, wow. That was... That's what he looks like? Okay. Well, that was close. I'm used to the Splinter Cell guy. What's his name? Is it Sam Fisher? I'm used to him with the mask. Alright, and this is very clearly some kind of anime game, some kind of RPG game. And what is this? Green hair? That wouldn't be Final Fantasy VI. Radiant Dawn? I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah. That was the DS one, wasn't it? Ooh. Okay, we got a gear. Got a gear down here. A little bit of red above it. Advanced Wars? Oh, I think you're right. But I think it's the I think it's Dual Strike. No, wrong franchise. Ooh. Oh, could it be something like... It's not Legend of Galactic Heroes. Guilty Gear? I think you're right, actually. Which one, though? Just the original? Wrong franchise. Oh! Oh, there we go. Something 15. Let's see. So if I look up XV, it's King of Fighters. It's gotta be King of Fighters, right? Nope. Dragon Ball, of course. Of course. Of course. Which one is this? Which game is this? XV, so... Which one has... Which one is this? Xenoverse? Oh, I think you're right. It's not... They aren't Roman numerals. That was my mistake. Okay. Xenoverse 1 or 2? We got 1 life, guys. Xenoverse 1? Okay. Woo! We survived. Monster Rancher? Fighter. Something fighter. Virtua Fighter? Oh, Master. Blaster Master Zero? I would have never gotten that. What even is that? It's from 2017, apparently. Oh, is this gonna be Dune again? I think it's gonna be Dune. Who's this? What is this? What is this? That's the game with the watermelon chick? Is that the quartering? No, it's Vosh, clearly. Heavy set Obi-Wan. This one's actually screwing with me. That's not Vosh, that's Brooks. No, hair's not purple enough. There's a bubble here. What? Okay, if I get one. I'm legitimately at a loss. There's no way it's Dune. I saw Glitter Crab. He's not going to do the box match with Alex Jones, and Alex Jones knows it, so it's like, okay. That's funny, guys. Cool. Sun Go Mars? Could it be Outlander? It wouldn't be Outlander. Or, not Outlander. Wait, am I thinking of Outlander? Or, what am I thinking of? Outcast? No. What's that one with that guy with the visor? It's not Blaster Master Zero. That was the last one. Come stash my scorpions. I do a boxing match with Alex Jones. All you'd have to do to beat Alex Jones in a boxing match is just take a step back every time he advances on you, and eventually he'll just collapse from heart failure. That's Outcast. Are you sure? No. It's not Jedi Knight, because Jedi Knight has the guy with the evil mustache and the visor, like this, against Kyle Katarn. The Unblurred did absolutely nothing except we've got a fire pit and a beach. I feel like this is Dune. I feel like this is something Dune. Jedi Knight Academy is such a good game. The Jedi Knight games have not aged well. I like their style of lightsaber combat though, and I wish they did that more. Like the whole the guy with the visor's Outcast. No, but in Jedi Knight 1, the villain has like weird sort of like evil looking Geordi LaForge eye visors in. He talks like this because he is a LucasArts villain. I used to have, when I had an Xbox, like the first Xbox, we rented Jedi Academy, and I would just do like the random battles on that that sort of Death Star like bridges level. No, I don't think this is Star Wars at all. I think this is some kind of, let's get a clue. I'm gonna get a clue for this one. I don't think anyone's getting this. Show the clue. Oh. So it's N something something. It is N as Dusk Falls. Sounds like a bad movie. But I think you're right. Who the hell is this guy? That was a shirt! We thought they were cave drawings. This is Battlefield 5. Or this is Battlefield... Which one is this? It's not Battlefield 4, is it? It might be Battlefield 4. No, Battlefield 4 is like the multiple guys in the front. This would be Battlefield 5, I think. Yeah. Because that had the chick that was making everybody mad. Naruto, Clash of Ninja! Haha! Condemned, Criminal Origins. This is supposed to be hard! Not Ninja Gaiden, surely. I want to say Devil May Cry. It's the new one, right? Not 5, though. It's like, is it 4? Oh, shoot! Death of the Outsider. Yeah. It's because the positioning of your ear made me think the face was looking this way. And, like, he was holding, like, a sword like this, like, you know? That's, okay, someone said Persona 3 earlier. Now, here's the question. Is this the reloaded one? I think it's the reloaded one, because they've got all that, like, the art's so much more balanced. No, no. I think it's just the original. How about that? Well, shows what I know. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is a tricky one. That's actually a tricky one. Punch Out? I don't think it's Punch Out. But I'll give it a go anyways to open up the thing a little bit. Is Punch Out even on here? Super Punch Out. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Let's do Super Punch Out. Oh, I know this. I know this one. I know this one. Shoot, what is it? God damn it. Oh, I know this one. Hang on. It's not Azure Reflections, is it? Quake Champions? Starts with a V, I think. No, I don't think so. Spawn Armageddon? No. Val something? I think you're way off. I think you're way off. I don't know what this guy is, but it's... It looks like it's an anime style, whatever it is. There's some kind of claw down here. That's not Metal Gear. No way that's Metal Gear. No, that's not Minions. The new Bomberman. It's not the new Bomberman. That's the Oh, no, I don't think it's the Berserk game. It's not the Berserk game. Look at the text. There's text up here. You have to look at the text. So something IONS, unless it's not an I and it's cut off. So something ONS. That's not Persona. That's not Animal Crossing. Let's try Ezra Reflections. No, it's not Ezra Reflect. Oh, here, oh my god, I legitimately... Is this Prince of Persia? I think this might actually be Prince of Persia. Legions? No. Guys, no troll answers. No troll answers, seriously. It's not Persona. I got done for Prince of Persia Sands of Time once. A worthy cause. I don't even think that's a P. I think it's a T. Could it be Strider? No, it wouldn't be. It might be a P. Revelations Persona? What the hell even is that? What the frick? From 1996. Who's the frickin' nerd who got that one? Some kind of paw-looking thing here. Oh man. What are we doing and when are we getting on the reading list? Well, reading list is a theory thing, so we are at $39 for theory. So if we collect 61 more dollars in theory donations, we will do the whatever is winning in the theory options right now, which currently Why Fictional Religions Feel Fake is winning at 37%, followed by Peter Singer, The Worst Ethicist. And then we have Judging Philosophy reading lists in second last, and then Spinal Catastrophism, which has been on the list for over a year. Nobody seems to care. This is a Japanese game? Really? Really? Are you a wizard? Tell us more of your wisdom. Looks like a polar bear leg. It's some kind of flying bear thing. You do not need to read every philosopher chronologically, do you? It's actually not really recommended. Zoom in on the paw again. Why? So you can Google search it? I'm onto you. I'm onto you, big cheater. Bear. Bear and breakfast. Nope. It's a Namco NES game. Okay, let's try something randomly, okay? Let's just look up Circus Atari, okay? No, Circus Atari's not even on here. Alright. I don't even know how to bullshit this. This is so random. I legitimately am, What do you mean, is West Africa a game? Is there a game called West Africa? Why are you saying West Africa? Get a clue. There's no more clues. We're out of clues. We use the clues. Okay, I'm gonna put in Sonic, okay? Sonic and Knuckles. Oh! Oh! It's Gremlins. It's Gremlins! Ha 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 ha! Whew! That was old, though. It was very old. What was it? Was it on the Atari? I actually can't tell. It might have been. And I think that's Quake 2. Pretty sure it's Quake 2. Yeah. Oh. 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 What is this? Roblox. What is it? I feel like I know this. Oh. Bleh. Who are these characters? Who are these characters? Maybe the first one isn't it. Maybe the first one is a trick. So it's actually B.O. Blues Brothers. I think it's Blues Brothers. Bowser's Fury, that's it. Looks like a GTA title. I don't think it's a GTA title. But the way the cells are sort of arrayed kind of is like that. But let's put in the Blues Brothers anyways. Can we, is that even in the list? No, it's not. Unless it's a 0. Oh, could it be Yakuza? Who are these characters? Is this like one of those, Yakuza covers are white? Not all of them. The new Like a Dragon ones are weird. Mafia? It's not Mafia. That's not Mafia. Mafia is red. Red with white. That's not a JoJo game. That is not a JoJo game. There's no way this is JoJo. How would this be JoJo? Look at the art style. None of these are JoJo characters. It's not Yakuza. I feel like... Okay, so let's see. 0, maybe 0 BC? No. There's an O here. O, B-O. So unless that's not the title. O, B. Is it observe? It can't be observe. It's on an S there. It has a Deus Ex color scheme. I wouldn't say it has a Deus Ex vibe. It looks more like, what's that company? Is it Traveler's Tales or something? The company that does, A Wolf Among Us. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like one of those games. Oh, Path of the Teal Lotus? I doubt it. I don't even see that on here. It looks like a Telltale game. That's it. Traveler's Tales was that company that did those N64 movie tie-in games. Could be the subtitle? Yeah, it could be. I kind of want to take one more guess. It's definitely O-B-O with a space. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, but I'm also not seeing anything show up with those things in the list, so I'm like... Okay. Which makes me think subtitle. Nobody saves the world, nobody wants to die. Could BO mean best of? Nah. Is that a 0? I don't think it's a 0. I don't think it's a 0. Lobotomy Corporation. It isn't anything. This isn't the title. This is art. So... Oh, shoot. This is artwork. This isn't the title. The title's got to be down here or up here, but that's not the title. Just to gauge the cringe of the list, does include Leisure Suit Larry. Why can't I spell leisure? What's wrong with my brain? Right, the I's over here. Sure does, has all of them. Is it OBO or CBC? BCDE. Yeah, that's not the title, guys. That's not the title. That's why we're getting screwed. This isn't the title. We need to know the characters. It's some... I want to say it's some kind of visual novel. Shoot. This character up here. I think this character up here in the middle is the key. In the window. Oh, unless it's, oh shoot, could it be? What's that point and click adventure game where you're a cop? Who said Lobotomy Corporation? I was just guessing. There was an adventure game, which I believe I actually have on my GOG. It's like one of those old Adventure Company published games, I think. I'm not thinking of Police Nuts. This is not Police Nuts. I'm thinking of, shoot. I legitimately am at a loss. But this, I recognize this shot of this character here. I recognize this. And up here, I recognize this shot. That image. Man, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know this. But it's very weird. This is an older one, I think. This has to be like from the early 2000s or even the 90s. Deadly Premonition. That's what I was thinking of, but I don't think it's this. Let's give it a go. Oh man. Broken Sword? Oh, it might be Broken Sword actually. Is it Killer... Oh, is it Killer 7? Oh my god, it is, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. It's... the silver case from 2016. What the frick even is this? Oh, well, we got 29. Damn it. What the hell is a silver case? I have no idea. I've never heard of this. Okay, do I want to do one more? Do we want to do one more, or do we want to move on to the actual stuff? Put a vote. Okay, super chats win. Super chats break any tie or break non-existent ties. Let's see some votes. One more round? Or do we move on? No more? been at this for more than an hour now? Yeah, because it's fun. I enjoy this. Better than the world ending. It was a visual... I knew it was a visual novel. Like, look at it. It has to be a visual novel. Apparently it's an age-restricted visual novel. Actual stuff? Oh, that's a low super chat. So actual stuff is winning. We'll give it 2 minutes, okay? We'll give it 2 minutes. I'll throw in the theory though, just because I'm nice. Play a Deleuzian horror game. All games are Deleuzian horror games. Do previous age ratings. Oh my god, I was just looking at this in my library because somebody bought that for me. That's hilarious. I haven't even had time to play this yet. But I knew what it was immediately. Oh man, these are supposed to be the hard ones? Really? 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 This is one of them. Is this the latest one? Gears of War 4? No. Oh, Tactics. I never even played these games, I just recognize the box. You don't have Tactics on here, dude. Gears Tactics. There we go. Just drop the of war part, okay. Alright. Alright, we're doing real stuff now. The lamos win, okay. We'll do this again sometime, though. Good time killer when I'm out of ideas. Sean's got a 4-hour video on the War on Science, and I'm tempted to play that while I play Hollow Knight and learn how to do that. That's what I'm kind of feeling. But also, I don't like Sean very much. Alright, well, you're gonna watch the Sean vid through me then, I guess. You're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna be grateful.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Today's video is about...
Is an AI-generated image of a skull. Actually, I don't know if that's AI-generated. It probably is. But Sean's got enough fans, he probably has somebody who would be willing to make this for him. Okay. I'm gonna grab some more coffee and we're gonna do this. Okay, I'll be right back. It's too old to be AI? Yeah, I thought so, something like that. It's... I'm not really a big fan of the AI witch hunt thing. It's not AI generated, you fucking idiot. Why would that make me a fucking idiot to like wonder if it's AI generated? I don't care if it's AI generated. But most stuff of this quality is AI generated these days. And you wouldn't be able to tell the difference often. But this has been around for a little while. I think he had the same one for his Harry Potter one, which stuff was still around then, but... Oh, is Sean even that popular despite not editing his videos that much? Because the editing of the videos doesn't really matter that much. The grand irony of the thing. Most of the appeal of YouTube is as an audio format, especially for anything intellectual. You walk around while you listen to it. Are you watching the graphics of my video essays? Not usually, probably not. No, we did a different skull image a few years ago. Well, he had the Harry Potter one, right? But like, you know. MM, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Hey, is that AI generated? It's not AI generated, you fucking idiot! It's like, okay. Sonny doesn't edit his videos that much. I edit my videos a bit. I actually do quite a bit of editing. They're just not very good editing, because I'm not very good at it. But I've had some editors do some like updated graphics for like the text and whatnot. Sean is a liberal, be careful. Okay, I'm getting coffee, chill. Oh my god. If I wanted a boss, I wouldn't be working on YouTube, okay? I'll be right back, 1 sec. Kettle's boiling. I'll go off to grab that in a minute. In the meantime, let's pop on Hollow Knight, which I have no idea how to play. But we will learn, because by the end of it I will be able to, hopefully, play Silk Song and die endlessly on it, because apparently it's very hard. Sunday, is that Cockshot VOD available? That's from a long time ago. It should be. I'm saving all of the theory ones, so that should be there eventually. I've got there are upload limits, so I can't just put everything on at once. But it should be, yeah. By the way, quick reminder. It's a good time to mention this again. I'm going to be mentioning this every few streams for the foreseeable future. Oh. That is very loud. It's very, very loud. There we go. I'm going to be mentioning this every few streams. The old channel has been thoroughly retired, so if you want to watch all of the old vintage President Sunday content, join the Cathedral channel here. It's all going to be slowly uploaded. Or if you want the new and upcoming drama content, the drama segments that my editor is publishing and editing, you can access them in President Sunday Subprime, all linked at the bottom of my channel, and it's all there. All of the drama stuff is going again into President Sunday Subprime. All of the old classic theory stuff, including VODs, theory segments, and essays, is going into the Cathedral here. Alright. Okay. Here we go.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Today's video is about the book.
Here, I need to get my game set up first. Hang on. One sec. Shoot. Where are you? Screen capture, game capture. Boom. Boom. Any specific window, capture. Hollow Knight, Keldoge. Welcome. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this big. And I'm going to make... Because this has no graphics, I think. Except very small ones. I'm actually going to make the YouTube video very small. Like that. And I am going to disappear. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Hold on to your butts.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Today's video is about the book The War on Science. 39 renowned scientists and scholars speak out about current threats to free speech, open inquiry, and the scientific process. And let's start by reading a quote describing this book taken from the distributor's website. An unparalleled group of prominent scholars from wide-ranging disciplines detail ongoing efforts to impose ideological restrictions on science and scholarship throughout Western society. From assaults on merit-based hiring to the policing of language and replacing well-established disciplinary scholarship by ideological mantras, current science and scholarship is under threat throughout Western institutions. As this group of prominent scholars ranging across many different disciplines and political leanings detail, the very future of free inquiry and scientific progress is at risk. Many who have spoken up against this threat have lost their position.
I didn't realize this was going to be about the literal Lawrence Krauss book, The War on Science. Lawrence Krauss, by the way, if anyone's familiar with Lawrence Krauss, this is almost Krauss. This is almost definitely going to come up in this video. I'm assuming here, in the elephant in the room, which is going to be... yeah, I figured. Okay. Good, he's on it. Nice.
Give this book a fair shake today, and we'll start off by introducing some of the people involved in the project. The War on Science is edited by the theoretical physicist and cosmologist Lawrence Krauss. Here's a picture of him with one of his friends there. Don't worry about who that is. Now, I imagine most of you, if you know who Lawrence Krauss is, will know who he is for one of two reasons. The first is for appearing in the video That Time Geocentrists Tricked a Bunch of Physicists by Dan Olson. That's him in the thumbnail there, accidentally promoting the idea that the Earth is at the center of the universe. And the second reason I imagine you might know who Lawrence Krauss is, well, we'll get to that in a little while. The epigraph of the book is written by another Lawrence, former Harvard University president Lawrence Summers, pictured here with some of his friends. Who is that one guy, you might be asking, but listen, don't worry about him. Although in the background of this picture we can see another contributor to the book, psychologist Steven Pinker. And look, Steven Pinker was also in this picture with Krauss and the Mystery Man there. Small world, eh? Another big-name contributor to the book is evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins, pictured here with Steven Pinker and others on an aeroplane. Taking a little trip on somebody's aeroplane there.
Okay. Is he gonna do the thing that I did and he's gonna mistake? Okay. We'll see.
I wonder whose it is and where they're going. Anyway, The War on Science begins with an introduction written by Lawrence Krauss that covers the main grievances of the various contributors to the book. So let's have a peek at that. And
here is the problem a little bit with this, and I don't know where he's going to go with this. So maybe he'll flesh this out a bit more. But like, here's the thing. People with a lot of money sometimes want to make themselves feel really important by paying their way into rubbing shoulders with important famous people. And it is a stretch to say that because there were interactions between these figures, that therefore Richard Dawkins and Lawrence Krauss, etc., were involved in the stuff for which Epstein was jailed. Right? So it's like, is the volume too high?
What all the fuss is about. Krauss starts out by lamenting the fact that while universities were once upon a time bastions of free speech and open scientific inquiry, recently they've been overrun with progressive politics, political correctness, and government-mandated diversity programs. Debate is stifled, diversity trumps merit, and anyone who disagrees with the imposition of this Marxist dogma keeps silent for fear of the dreaded cancel culture. If you speak out, the woke mob is gonna come and cancel culture you. Nevertheless, the potential problems are so grave and the stakes so serious that a stellar group of 39 distinguished scholars from a wide variety of disciplines and a wide variety of experiences, including a full spectrum of political leanings, have agreed to contribute to this volume describing the existing and emerging threats. So who are this group of 39 distinguished scholars? No, hang on, first, are there 39 distinguished scholars? Because I counted them. There are 39 authors listed in the book, but Nicholas A. Christakis writes 2 of the included essays, so he's counted twice. So there's only 38 scholars, really. Unless, of course, Krauss is counting himself, which would mean that when he says he applauds the stellar group of 39 distinguished scholars for their clarity and bravery, he's talking about himself, which seems a little egotistical, but okay. Now, when we go on to read the essays written by this apparently stellar group of distinguished scholars, I want you to keep one point that Lawrence Krauss makes in his introduction in mind. Krauss talks about how in 2020, after George Floyd was murdered by the police, the American Physical Society endorsed a strike in favor of eradicating systemic racism and discrimination, especially in academia and science. But the American Physical Society, Krauss claims, gave, quote, no direct empirical justification for their claims. The presumption of systemic racism was all that seemed necessary. Krauss is asking here, why do we need these anti-racist, anti-discrimination measures if it hasn't been proven that there even is racism or discrimination to counter? We can't just assume the existence of discrimination. We, as scientists, first need to evidence it. And this is going to be one question we can investigate today. Let's do our own science experiment here. Is there bigotry and discrimination in academia and the sciences? And our sample group today will be, let's say, 39 renowned scientists and scholars. As we read their essays, let's keep an eye out for any possible racism or discrimination in there. But before we get started, let me just say, with the due amount of respect to Lawrence Krauss, this book is not very well edited. Multiple people here have written the exact same essay covering the exact same events and talking points, so I'm not going to be relaying everything in minute detail. To take an example at random here, if we want to read about the time evolutionary biologist Carol Hooven left Harvard after a transphobic Fox News interview she did, we could read Lawrence Krauss talking about it, Abigail Thompson talks about it, Loana Maroja talks about it, Alessandro Strumia talks about it, Judith Suissa and Alice Sullivan talk about it, and finally Carol Hooven herself talks about it in the essay Why I Left Harvard. So I'm not going to bother explaining 6 different times that Carol Hooven shouldn't have been surprised that nobody wanted to work with her or take her classes anymore after she went on Fox News to help them discriminate against trans people. Also, before we get started, I need to include a note here about the publisher of the book, which is Post Hill Press, because there are a few strange things about Post Hill Press. Let me read you some of their other recent releases. Star-Spangled Blessings, Devotions for Patriots. Star-Spangled Blessings will introduce you to patriots who discovered the secret to happiness was not politics or power, but a life lived as an ambassador for Christ. An almost insurmountable evil, how Obama's deep state defiled the Catholic Church and executed the Wuhan plandemic. Beyond the Stethoscope, Miracles in Medicine.
That's pretty good.
Where gripping stories of miraculous recoveries, experiences in the ER, and global medical missions illuminate the transformative power of prayer. The 1896 Prophecies, 10 Predictions of America's Last Days. A 127-year-old prophecy warns of America's last days should socialist philosophies be permitted, with modern-day commentary showing the parallels with current events. Christian Patriot, 12 Steps for Creating One Nation Under God. Christian Patriot offers a compelling roadmap for Christians to reclaim their cultural influence and establish an explicitly Christian society rooted in faith, family, and biblical values. This book was published on the same day as The War on Science, by the way. Now, I wouldn't blame you for finding all that rather confusing, right? This publisher pretty much exclusively puts out far-right conspiracy theory, Christian nationalist, faith-healing nonsense. And it published a book by physicist Lawrence Krauss, featuring many people who are well known for criticizing religion, such as
punched my microphone
Dawkins.
twice.
So the obvious question here is, why are Krauss and his scientist pals being published by this 2-bit religious conservative slop farm? And to answer that, we first need to talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh my god.
I first became aware of the allegations against Lawrence Krauss when watching this video, Sexual Harassment and Assault in Astronomy and Physics by Angela Collier, which I will link below. That video covers the allegations against Krauss as part of a wider discussion about problems with sexual harassment and discrimination in the sciences, and also covers allegations against other people, such as astrophysicist
Angela Collier is great, by the way.
who also writes a chapter in The War on Science, ominously enough. Now, I'm not interested in being sued today, so I'll say that it has been alleged in the press that, and then the rest of this section. Okay, so it has been alleged in the press that Lawrence Krauss sexually assaulted a woman in a hotel room in 2006. He was barred from a university campus in 2008 for inappropriate comments made towards an undergraduate student. In 2009, a sexual harassment complaint was filed against Krauss at the Quantum to Cosmos Festival, where he was a guest speaker. He sexually assaulted a woman in a bar in 2011. In 2016, at the Australian Skeptics National Convention, he grabbed a woman's breast, uninvited and in public. This one was witnessed by multiple other people, and these are just some of the allegations that you hear about Lawrence Krauss. There is allegedly more out there that isn't publicly known about. As an example, biologist and fellow skeptic Jerry Coyne wrote the following on his website Why Evolution is True in 2018. Certainly most of you are aware of the allegations that physicist Lawrence Krauss engaged in sexually predatory behavior. This was made public with the BuzzFeed article that accused Krauss of a panoply of sexually aggressive and harassing behaviors, ranging from inappropriate comments made to women through physical groping up to sexual assault. I didn't find the specifics of most allegations fully convincing, yet the fact that there were so many of them that resembled each other meant they could not be ignored. As I've said, the more independent claims there are against a person and the more they paint a consistent pattern of behavior, the greater the likelihood that the accused is guilty. After that article appeared, I did some digging on my own and came up with 3 cases that have convinced me that Krauss engaged in sexual predation of both a physical nature, groping, and of a verbal nature, offensive and harassing comments. The allegations that convinced me are not public, but the accusers are sufficiently credible that I believe their claims to be true.
Legitimately, as somebody in philosophy, somebody in philosophy, that sounds pretentious. As somebody who, like, was in philosophy in university, I was sort of like a multidisciplinary guy. I was in philosophy and I was in political science. Even though my degree's in political science, I took a lot of philosophy seminars. The way in which men are coddled, and especially the liberal arts, as far as I can see, but generally in higher education, the way men are coddled when they engage in pretty, like, nakedly predatory or at least creepy behaviors is weird. It was a weird thing to witness. The university has a reputation in, like, popular discourse for being like a liberal feminist hellhole, right? This is not so. This is not so at all. That is a surface level thing. In practice, tons of incredibly, like, cartoonishly bad behavior is people are fine with because there's capital investments, there's the reputation of the school to consider. People are invested in particular students. They don't want to throw away a promising student they've been teaching for a while. Even if they're a rapist or a sexual harasser or something, which, you know, you would think, cancel culture central, that would be a minor concern, but it is not. Even when the concerns are minors.
Further, these claims buttress the general allegation of sexual misbehavior made in BuzzFeed. In my view, then, Krauss has a propensity to engage in sexual misconduct. I therefore disassociate myself from the man. So you can throw the 3 extra allegations dug up by Jerry Coyne on top of the mountain of allegations made against Lawrence Krauss there. They're not public, but whatever they were...
Sorry, is the audio better?
Was apparently substantial enough to convince Jerry Coyne to never work with Lawrence Krauss again. So very principled behavior from Jerry Coyne there. Well done. Now, Lawrence Krauss denies these various allegations, of course, painting the whole thing as a conspiracy of people who are out to ruin his life for some reason. Now, I don't believe that personally, and not even just because it doesn't seem very likely. No, I don't believe it because of things that Lawrence Krauss has said himself. And I think it's time to introduce the mystery man from the photos I showed earlier here. So yes, this is Jeffrey Epstein with Lawrence Krauss and Steven Pinker. That's Jeffrey Epstein with Lawrence Summers and Steven Pinker. This is Steven Pinker and Richard Dawkins on Jeffrey Epstein's aeroplane. For whatever reason, Jeffrey Epstein seems to have fancied himself as something of an intellectual, and among his associates were a surprising amount of prominent scientists. And I'll here quote from a 2019 Guardian article which talks about this association. Lawrence Krauss, a physicist who retired from Arizona State University, where he was being investigated for sexual misconduct, by the way, even continued defending Epstein after his 2008 conviction, telling the Daily Beast in 2011, "As a scientist, I always judge things on empirical evidence, and he always has women ages 19 to 23 around him, but I've never seen anything else. So as a scientist, my presumption is that whatever the problems were, I would believe him over other people." He added, "I don't feel tarnished in any way by my relationship with Jeffrey. I feel raised by it." So I have a few things to say about this, of course. Firstly, I'd just like to mention here that in 2008, when Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors, he pleaded guilty, so Krauss's comments defending Epstein here came after that conviction. Secondly, I'd like to highlight Krauss's use of his reputation as a scientist to defend Epstein. Because for someone who is supposedly worried about the public perception of the sciences, using your position as a prominent scientist to defend a notorious sex trafficker after he was convicted for sex crimes is far more harmful to the reputation of the sciences than anything you complain about in this book. The woke mob are undermining academia, says man who uses his own academic reputation to try to shield Jeffrey Epstein from criticism. Thirdly, I'd like to point out that Lawrence Krauss was, when he was at Arizona State University, the head of the Origins Project, which was some sort of science event thing where people gave talks and presentations and all that. like this talk between Lawrence Krauss and Richard
Can I be
Dawkins.
honest with you guys? This is all very old information. I don't know why we're litigating all of this. This is old. This is so old. This is all, like... This is all so old. We've heard all of this before. Who did not know any of this information before? This is all... old. Like... I've seen all of this. We all knew this information for years. Like, I get the War on Science book came out recently, but like, Sean, you didn't? Well, if you paid attention to Lawrence Krauss at all, like this was a thing. This was a big thing back when this first happened. This is all new. So they're trying to escape from more video game trivia. No, it's just like, dude, you should have this guy. I never played it before. You aren't even using your double jump ability? Do you even have a double jump ability? I haven't upgraded to a double jump ability yet. It's not there. I'm tapping A twice. It's not a thing yet. This video is retreating like really old information. I didn't know who Lawrence Krauss is. Yeah, but that's why you didn't know. That's why you didn't know. Yeah, you have to unlock a double jump. Frickin' noob in the chat criticizing me for not using an ability I haven't accessed yet. Wow. No, but in all seriousness. This is all really old information. Like, when he was talking about the War on Science, I assumed, oh wow, Sean came out with a super 4-hour-long video on the current, like, attack on science by right-wing governments, but this is just about a book called The War on Science. And it's like, yeah, the new atheists are in bed with... like, right-wing nutjobs in present day, due to a confluence of Islamophobia and connections through the liberal establishment, unfortunately, with lots of ties through Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, okay. Okay, like, it's very... Angela Collier's videos are great, by the way. Like, one of the things that Angela... Sunday, why are New Atheists right-wing? New Atheists are right-wing because fundamentally they, have aligned themselves with the brutalization of the third world through colonialism. And have fed into Islamophobia, etc., etc. Like, they're shitheads. Angela Collier doesn't do that. Sean also doesn't do that, to his defense. I'm... This is just like a really long gloss in a shitty book, and it's like... Nobody cares about the publisher. Nothing's gonna happen there. Like, we'll let it go for a little bit longer, but, like... I have a feeling this is gonna be just really, really bad. She's great, knows more about academia than idiots like Professor Dave. Angela Collier's, her video on... oh, shit. Shit, what's his name? I can't do names. Brain fog. Her video on Feynman, Richard Feynman, was really good. It was really good. Especially what was really good about it was the way in which it, like... She really went into detail on just how, like, gross and sad the rampant sexism in like, upper academia is, and physics and whatnot. It's like... Legitimately, like, one of the most, sad things I've heard on that subject is like really enthusiastic girl goes into school, goes into a physics lecture, they're really excited, and then all of a sudden they're just completely demeaned, and they're stalked by their classmates, and their entire experience is ruined. Because they have boobs, and men can't handle that in college. It's like... It was fucking dark. And she portrayed it really well. I like her. She's very unpretentious, she's very knowledgeable, and genuinely, like, every video she puts out is gold. Her last one on Dyson Spheres was great. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I kind of hate YouTube. I don't watch YouTubers very often. Angela Collier is one that I watch. Like, yeah, I haven't seen the Feynman vid yet. It is so good. It's long, though. It's very long, but it's so good.
Here, for instance. A public records request made by BuzzFeed revealed a list of people and organizations who had donated to support the Origins project over the years. And in the list on page 11...
By the way, just a side note. Just a side note. Not because I care, because I do suck at this game, very much so. But I gotta tell you, I can't think of anything more gay than acting like proficiency at a video game is some kind of honorable skill. Like, these are children's toys. Just, I want you to know, I think of you as a child. These are children's toys. Anyways, moving on.
We see the quote, Jeffrey...
Now I'm gonna go die a million more times at this children's toy.
VI Foundation, which pledged $100,000 in support. The Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation was set up by Jeffrey Epstein, if you didn't pick that up from the context there. The VI stands for Virgin Islands, as in where Jeffrey Epstein's private island was. We also see multiple donations from the Enhanced Education Foundation totaling $250,000. The Enhanced Education Foundation was also set up by Jeffrey Epstein, and we also see millions of dollars in pledges from Epstein associates Leon and Deborah Black. So when Lawrence Krauss says he feels raised by his relationship with Jeffrey, I can only assume he means that primarily in a financial sense. Now I have to say that all of this makes Lawrence Krauss's attempted scientific defense of Jeffrey Epstein look rather ridiculous, doesn't it? Krauss is not considering, in his scientific, empirical judgment of Jeffrey Epstein's character, the possibility that he might be biased towards his friend who gives him wheelbarrows full of money. When you measure, include the measurer. MC Hammer. I'll quote here from a BuzzFeed article reporting the allegations against Krauss, and this section details how feminist skeptic Rebecca Watson criticized Krauss for defending Epstein, and I quote, "On her Skepchick blog, Watson slammed Krauss for not acknowledging his obvious bias and thus violating a core value of skepticism. Krauss's statement is extremely disturbing and makes scientists look like ignorant, biased fools who will twist data to suit their own needs," she wrote. "I remain skeptical, and I support a man whose character I believe I know," Krauss responded in the post's comments. "If you want to condemn me for that, so be it." And you know what, Lawrence? Okay, I will.
Oh my god.
I will condemn you for that. Now before we move on, I'd like to include a note about Steven Pinker here. Pinker is a psychologist at Harvard who, as I mentioned earlier, writes a chapter in The War on Science. And as we've seen, he's got a few photos of him with Jeffrey Epstein floating around out there. But unlike Krauss, Pinker has since decided to distance himself from Epstein rather than defend him. "I could never stand the guy and always tried to keep my distance," he says. This is complicated somewhat by the fact that Steven Pinker helped Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, with Jeffrey Epstein's legal defense when he was indicted for sex crimes in 2006. To quote a BuzzFeed News article here, an obscure document from Epstein's legal defense shows that Pinker weighed in on the precise meaning of a federal law about using the internet to entice minors into prostitution or other illegal sex acts. Pinker has since claimed that he didn't know Dershowitz was going to use his opinion in defense of Jeffrey Epstein and claimed that he was not paid for the letter. Quote, "It's something that Alan and I do regularly as colleagues." He also claimed he was not aware of the charges against Jeffrey Epstein, which I find a bit difficult to believe, to be honest. It was big news at the time, and you regularly work with his lawyer, apparently. Also, if a lawyer asked me to provide expert opinion for a criminal defense and it pertained to a law about enticing minors into prostitution, I would probably ask for the details on that one, before my name ends up in a court document defending the head of a sex trafficking ring or something. Anyway, even if we very generously take Steven Pinker at his word and assume he didn't mean to help defend Jeffrey Epstein at trial and that he never liked the guy and thought he was awful, we still have to ask, what's he doing in this book with Lawrence Krauss? Because Lawrence Krauss doesn't think Epstein is awful, he thinks he's great. He loves the guy, he thinks he was absolutely brilliant. Now, maybe it's just me, but I would find it hard to maintain a positive working relationship with someone who likes and keeps defending Jeffrey Epstein. That would be a deal breaker for me in a friendship. So no, I don't believe Steven Pinker never liked Jeffrey Epstein, because I think if that was the case, he probably wouldn't now be working with Lawrence Krauss. Anyway, with regards to the allegations made against Lawrence Krauss and his friendship and financial relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, you might be wondering what he says about all of this in his book. And the answer is, he doesn't mention it at all. He seems to be hoping people would forget about all of that. But although Lawrence Krauss doesn't mention the allegations against him directly, he does allude to them. For example, they certainly seem to have been present in his mind when he wrote the following passage. Christian Ott, a distinguished astrophysicist at Caltech, was forced to resign his tenured position, not for what he said, but for what others claimed about what he did. What makes his case even more poignant is not just the lack of due process and fairness associated with what happened to him at Caltech, typical of so many recent claims of inappropriate behavior by male faculty at universities, but also the subsequent efforts of numerous activists to distort his case to try and ensure he could never carry out his research at any subsequent institution. What happened to Christian Ott seems to have hit quite close to home for Lawrence Krauss. So, okay, what happened to Christian Ott? Let's talk about his chapter. Christian D. Ott's chapter...
Am I completely, like, off base for just not caring about this? I mean... Nobody's talked about Lawrence Krauss in a serious way in a long while. He's basically in public disgrace. He's out of the public eye. Nobody cares. Epstein's dead. Like, I don't know. This is kind of, it's kind of wearying me. This is really freaking boring. I'm not gonna lie. This is really boring. It's like, it's old. It's old. This would be like hot stuff in like 2018, 2017. This sucks. I'm sorry, this sucks. This is a whole lot of nothing. Let's see what else we got. Charlie Kirk band confronts Destiny on stage. Why facts don't change minds. I don't really care about that. Civilization 56. What marks? Do we want to watch Predictive History? That crazy guy. We just had a fascist speech given at the UN. Which one's that? Just now? Got Macron on here.
Collectively to rally, to mobilize that we did in Paris in 2024. Let us coordinate our efforts to act together so that the warmongers accept negotiations and put power back in civilian hands. In the same way, in the Great Lakes region, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Democratic Republic of the Congo must be upheld. We need to return hope to the people of Kivu and to the hundreds of thousands of people that have been displaced. And it is also for that reason
firm stand in words and action aim
Oh, here we go.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Federative Republic of Brazil,
It's not the game, that's the UN sound. That's just what they sound like. Hey, Donald, you're up. Where are you? Where are you, buddy? It's not sunset yet.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny, guys. He's so cute.
Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. And Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time. And here in the United States, 4 years of weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble, but today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, and there is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. This is indeed the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity we inherited from the previous administration, including ruinous price increases and record-setting inflation. Inflation like we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit a record high. In fact, it hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time. Growth is surging, manufacturing is booming. The stock market, as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. And all of you in this room benefit by that. Almost everybody. And importantly, workers' wages are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? In 4 years of President Biden, we had less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion.
He literally sounds like he's about to deflate like a flan.
Dollars is being...
You need to see his source. He doesn't have any sources. He's just making everything up as he goes. He literally just makes everything up as he goes. He doesn't know anything. I desperately want to remind President Senator that he can heal. You can heal?
Invested in the United States.
I didn't know you could heal. How do you heal?
And it's
Wait.
now pouring in from all parts
Really?
of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country
Oh my
on earth
God.
to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period. In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the best economy ever, history of the world.
History of
And
the
I'm doing
world.
the same thing again, but this time it's actually much bigger and even better.
Based on what?
The numbers far surpass my record-setting first term. On our southern border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion.
What?
And for the last 4 months, and that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been 0. Hard to believe.
That's impossible.
Because if you look back just a year ago,
It's
it was
literally
millions
impossible.
and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, from mental institutions, drug dealers. All over the world they came. They just poured into our country with the ridiculous open border policy of the Biden administration. Our message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United States,
Oh my God.
you're going to jail, or you're going back to where you came from, or perhaps even further than that. You know what that means?
You know what that means? What does that mean?
I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country. And it was under the previous administration that the number became record-setting, and they're all being taken out. We have no choice. And other countries have no choice because other countries are in the exact...
Imagine, like, not being able to afford groceries, not being able to afford rent, having no prospects whatsoever of ever being able to own a home, and being pumped up because some rando you never heard of ended up falsely in a jail in El Salvador. Like, just ponder that for a second. It's... The amount of people who are just absolutely, like, cooked like a fried egg.
Same situation with immigration. It's destroying your country, and you have to do something about it.
Yeah, he's openly saying imprisoning people in foreign lands is the plan. Like, hey guys, look how great we're doing. Let me roll off how the economy is doing better than it ever has been with 0 citations, and also we're super jazzed about putting random people into a box. Why? What does this get us? We don't know exactly. We haven't thought that far ahead. But a whole lot of very low IQ people who desperately want to live in a postcard working on a factory line somewhere are really convinced that this is something really exciting.
World stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before. You think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago, we were a laughingstock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending, at my request, from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before. In May, I traveled to the Middle East to visit my friends and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf and those valued relationships with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE, and other countries are now, I believe, closer than ever before.
Sure thing,
My
Donald.
administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after
I'm sure Qatar is super pumped about the US right now.
another, including with the United Kingdom, the European Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and many, many others. Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some
Which
were
wars were
going
unendable? What?
For 31 years, 2 of
Wait,
them.
what wars were unendable? What unendable wars did you solve?
31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years.
What?
One was 28 years.
What is he talking about? Does anybody have any idea what he's talking? I legitimately don't know what he's talking about. What is he referring to?
I ended 7 wars.
He ended 7 wars.
In all cases,
He ended 7. He used to say 5. Which wars did you end?
they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia,
What?
the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia.
I'm sorry. So here, let's... So apparently it's gone up. This is from 6 days ago, okay? Some researcher guy, but he goes over it. This is from 6 days ago. Apparently it's gone up. It used to be 6 wars. Before that was 5 wars. So what did we hear him mention? We heard him mention Kosovo's new, I think. So let's see. Rwanda and Congo. Sorry, Kashmir. Here we go. This all started in May with a ceasefire between India and Pakistan and their dispute over Kashmir, a region that has been ridden by conflict ever since 1947. After 3 weeks of fighting, Trump announced that he had negotiated a truce. Make this actually visible for you. My apologies. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's put that up there. There we go. Pakistan thanked Trump and wanted to nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize, but India suggested that the United States only played a marginal role. The conflict de-escalated, but it's unclear how much influence was actually exerted by the United States. Rwanda and the Congo. In June, the White House presented an agreement with Rwanda and Democratic Republic of the Congo concerning economic cooperation and respect for territorial sovereignty. The problem, M23, the armed group responsible for much of the violence in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, was not included. M23 has roots among the Rwandan Tutsi, but the Rwandan government denies any links to the group, despite widespread suspicions. The agreement does not address either the parties to or the cause of the conflict, but gives the United States rights to invest in the mineral sector. Okay. Israel and Iran, like, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, like he only escalated Iran. Or what? He didn't end Iran and the United and Israel at all. What Trump has effectively done has made it so that any future attempt at nuclear negotiations with Iran are impossible. Because they can't trust them. Because they will be betrayed by the next government. Every single time. So now they will be racing to develop a nuclear weapon. Because that's the only assurance they have that they will not be decimated again. Cambodia and Thailand. At the end of July, there was an escalation of the border conflict between Cambodia and Thailand. The United States, Malaysia, and China pushed for an agreement, and Trump threatened to end trade negotiations and impose tariffs of 36%. As if by magic, both countries agreed to a ceasefire, but the agreement is fragile, and each side has already accused the other of violations. Armenia and Azerbaijan, peace through economic incentives. After decades of conflict, the countries agreed to open a corridor via Armenia from Azerbaijan to the Azerbaijani enclave of Nakhchivan. The corridor, named the Trump Route for International Peace and Prosperity, or TRIP, that's going to age well, will be administered by the United States, which has also secured for itself investment rights in the area for a term of 99 years. The peace deal marks a shift in the region, with Russia losing its role as primary negotiator. In this case, the United States deserves praise for having involved itself in deadlocked conflict and addressing the key issues underlying it. Nice. The Sixth War, or is it? It's unclear which constitutes the Sixth War. So he's mentioned Kosovo just now, Serbia, Kosovo. However, it appears that the claim is that he averted a war by threatening tariffs, but there's no agreement or conclusion to that conflict. Egypt and Ethiopia, did you mention that? Concerning the Jared Dam of the Nile. Trump claims to have prevented war, but there's no agreement, nor was there a order. So it is just making stuff up. Moreover, none of this is specific to Trump. Trump didn't do this. Other heads were responsible for these moves.
In Armenia and
he doesn't know where any of these places are for the most part.
Azerbaijan, it included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months.
I did it.
It's never happened before.
Not we did it.
There's never been anything like that.
Not we did it.
Honored to have done it.
Not my team of advisors, our country with its national ethic and whatever. It's just, no, I did it. I did it. It's like, no, you didn't. Sir, you couldn't even appear on television for a week. You can't do anything. You can barely speak. You're decaying visibly on the camera. You didn't do anything. You think Tylenol causes autism. You don't know where these countries are. You don't know anything about these. You're probably going on ChatGPT to make your own, like, list of... You know, I was joking, but that's actually a possibility. I kind of wonder, does he research his own... Does he search for his own activities online?
It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in final...
Here's the thing, though. While everybody in this room is rolling their eyes, this isn't for everybody in this room because he doesn't care about them. This is a domestic speech. And that's the thing to keep in mind about this. When Donald Trump appears before the United Nations, you can laugh and go, haha, that's not true, huh? But here's the thing. This is not for the UN. This is not for the international community. This is a televised rally for his base in the United States. Also, the UN is not like Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. What will we do while men stand against the orc invasion? Like, no. It's an alliance organization between multiple countries. The UN doesn't just do that. That's not how that works.
The deal.
I don't think he's that smart. It's not a matter of him being that smart. It's a matter of, like, the incentive structure. He has zero interest in the reaction to his speech here. This is a good shot to pause on, by the way. That's a nice one. This is just Trump airing his grievances and whining about wanting a Nobel. No, it's not about, like, you're misunderstanding me, Jumped. I'm not saying this is a masterstroke where he recognizes, like, oh, the real... They think I'm here to give a UN speech, but really, I'm just manipulating my base from abroad. It's like, no. No, the point is, he's treating this like a domestic speech. Because the people in this audience do not care and are not convinced. The reason why this speech is being given in this way is because he is completely sheltered from having to actually attain any international goals at all when he speaks in public. So when he talks here, he's not thinking about the reception by the audience. He's thinking about reinforcing the perception of himself by his base at home. And yeah, speechwriters could easily have this perspective. But also, like... he's isolated from reality. It's not just that he's isolated from reality. This is the way in which party politics has so completely corrupted American democracy that it doesn't even function as a state internationally anymore. It's schizophrenic. Because what happens is, some party gets into power, we get sick of the excesses of that party, and then it swings in the other direction, and then we get opposite excesses. But the crucial part is not the constant turn to excesses in order to outdo the other party and to signal its opposite from the back end. The crucial part is the total lack of consistency. There is no capacity for long-term planning. There isn't even a long-term personality. His speechwriters are trying to appeal to Trump's narcissism? Maybe, possibly both. Possibly both. Possibly both. How many of his base would actually watch a UN speech, though? With Trump in it, they'd probably watch it. They'd probably watch it. Or they would hear a whole lot of people now arguing about claims he made at the UN. We non-Americans don't get to vote Sunday, that's the difference. Yeah, exactly. But also, they've convinced themselves that the rest of the world is permanently weak and does not matter. Which, probably true for the rest of Trump's life, to be clear. Probably true for the rest of Trump's lifetime. But not forever. Certainly not.
All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle.
What? What does that mean?
If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter.
We're both in great shape. Gets laughs.
Didn't work. These are the two things I got from the United Nations: a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much. And by the way, it's working now. It just went on. Thank you. I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because
His voice is quavering. This guy is not well.
I was too busy.
Have you? Am I crazy? Like, has Trump been like insanely like subdued recently? Like, I was watching Quarantine Collective last night, and he was covering the RFK Jr. and the Trump talk about, because they're blaming autism on Tylenol now, which is like, okay. Leave that aside. He sounded like so quiet, like shaky, like he was barely holding it together. Like, he sounded so ill. And like, I gotta wonder, is this guy just like dying? Okay, that's too strong. No, he sounds really sick. He sounds really unwell. I think he definitely had a stroke. I don't know if he had a stroke, because it's like he's speaking. He seems lucid. They give you coke before these speeches. I mean, they'd probably have to give him that. Like, Biden is just very old. Yeah, but it sounds like we're talking about a span of a couple of months. He seems to have circulatory issues, had facial paralysis. Yeah. There are endless speculations about his health. Caution is the best course in this topic. Well, the problem, though, is that they'll always lie. And like, that's just a given. They will lie until he literally dies in office. They had, who's that? Oh, shoot. Right. You had Roosevelt, literally on death's door, and they were hiding the fact that he was in a wheelchair. For how long? Like, it's just it's a thing, because they want to promote the strongman look, like they're robust and they're there. Yeah, Wilson, didn't Wilson have leukemia? He had some kind of cancer, I thought. No, he had a major stroke. Who was it? One of the presidents had, was that also Roosevelt? I think it was actually Roosevelt. Am I crazy? I'm sure that who was it with cancer? He died of a stroke, but on a... Oh, it was cardiovascular disease. Who was I thinking of that had leukemia? God damn it. I'm confusing him with somebody else. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, you get the idea. Wilson had a stroke. He had several. Does Biden have leukemia? I thought Biden had something else. Biden... Cancer... He has prostate cancer. I know we've had politicians here who had advanced cancer when they were running. We do not know that he had a stroke or Bell's palsy. Nobody here is a medical doctor and couldn't diagnose him. Yeah. So like that's what I said when the photo of his face drooping a little bit came out. I've known people who've had Bell's palsy, and that's not a stroke, but it looks like a stroke. It causes something to happen with your nerves that causes like half your face to go limp and droopy, and it's like it's a freaky thing to happen, but it's not a stroke.
Busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars. But later I realized that the United Nations wasn't there for us. They weren't there. I thought of it really after the fact, not during these negotiations, which were not easy. That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous potential. But it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements.
Everyone says
But
that?
for me, the real prize
Everyone says that, Donald?
will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7 wars. And we have others that we're working on, and you know that. Many years ago, a very successful real estate developer in New York, known as Donald J. Trump, I bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about.
This feels like a speech at your retirement home. It does. It does actually.
They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know.
Why is he talking about the building? Who fucking cares about the building?
What they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building, and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned...
They didn't choose him. It's, as I said, just airing his grievances. But he's not just airing grievances. Like, it's...
Frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago. The project was so corrupt that Congress actually asked me to testify before them on the tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that they had no idea what it was, but they knew it was anywhere between $2 and $4 billion as opposed to $500 million with a guarantee. But they had no idea, and I said it cost much more than $5 billion. Unfortunately, many things in the United Nations are happening just like that, but on an even much bigger scale. Much bigger.
Like what?
Very sad to see.
Like what?
Whether the UN can manage to
No, you're not going to say
play a
anything?
productive role. I've come here today to offer the hand of American leadership and friendship to any nation in this assembly that is willing to join us
In what?
in forging a safer, more prosperous world.
With what?
And
With what, Donald?
it's a world that
What are you
will
talking about?
be much
Making
happier
UN
with.
2? What is
A
this?
dramatically better future is within our reach. But to get there, we must reject the failed approaches of the past and work together to confront some of the greatest threats in history.
Which,
There is no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful and destructive weapons ever devised by man, of which the United States, as you know, has many. Just as I did in my first term, I've made containing these threats a top priority, starting
you broke down negotiations with Iran. What are you talking about?
with the nation of Iran.
Yeah?
My position is very simple.
No negotiation, just bomb them and force them to rapidly create a nuke as fast as possible, because they no longer can count on you to not use them tentatively or tepidly agreeing to a nuclear deproliferation agreement without you using the opportunity to attack them? Like, what?
The world's #1 sponsor of terror can never be allowed to possess the most dangerous weapon. That's why, shortly after taking office, I sent the so-called Supreme Leader a letter making a generous offer. I extended a pledge of full cooperation in exchange for a suspension of Iran's nuclear program. The regime's answer was to continue their constant threats to their neighbors and U.S. interests throughout the region, and some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many of Iran's former military commanders, in fact, I can say almost all of them, are no longer with us. They're dead. And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer,
including, by the way, negotiators they sent to the UN, Donald. Just friendly reminder, the peace negotiators they sent to the UN were also killed.
7 American B-2 bombers dropped the 14 30,000-pound each bombs.
Okay, so the lesson is what? Negotiate with the United States and we'll use the opportunity to kill you. Yeah, just openly boasting of war crimes at the UN. It's crazy.
On Iran's key nuclear facilities.
Which is
totally
not surprising. It's like
obliterating everything. No other country on earth could have done what we did. No other country has the equipment to do what we did. We have the greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that for 22 years people wanted to do. With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's
Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity wasn't demolished, though, Donald. That's not what you did.
called, between Israel and Iran, with both sides agreeing to fight no longer. As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Have to get that done. Have to get it done. Unfortunately, Hamas has...
You've been talking about filling it with real estate, Donald.
repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace. We can't forget October 7th, can we? Now, as if to encourage continued...
Just... Now you'll let me live, yes, master?
conflict. Some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities.
What? Ugh. Just like... Is it possible? Like, it's... What do you even say here? Nothing. You say nothing, you let it pass.
Including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire. Instead of giving to Hamas and giving so much, because they've taken so much, they have taken so much. This could have been solved so long ago.
Even amongst Republicans, he's going to be a smear in their history. Because that's the thing. When Trump finally kicks it, the cult of personality dies with him. And it's going to be a thing that people have to reconcile later on. It also doesn't matter. Like, again, it's not... Do you really think so? Yeah. I do, actually. When he dies and enters hell, he already is in hell. Here's hell, okay? You remember when you were a kid, and you had all of these, like, crazy ambitions for what you wanted to do when you were a grown-up? When you had, like, you know, money and influence and power, you'd be like a really cool, like, scientist or an explorer or a... Some people wanted to be a superhero or go to space or something. Now imagine if you contracted a disease that made you into the thing you feared becoming the most as a child, but you lost the capacity to recognize the state that you're in. And that's where Trump is at. The problem is that's not very satisfying, because we like the idea of bad people who do bad things having it shoved in their face as they're defeated. But, like, this is not a person for whom dreams are a thing that can't exist anymore. Like, there's no there there. There's no there there. And that's not a cope, because the fact of the matter is he still won, quote unquote, but it's a win not worth winning. And you see the absurdity of it. He gets into a position where he has the most power of all, and what does he do? He copes for the fact that he's a failure. Endlessly. It's not the arrogance of actual power, it's the inability to remove the glass ceiling of resentment once you've installed it inside of you. Like, it's gone. It's gone. He's a psychopath? I don't even think he's a psychopath. I think he's just broken. Not to be pitied, but I think he's broken. I think you can be a lot of really bad things without being a psychopath. It's the power of arrogance. I think it's arrogance as a cope. I think it's arrogance fundamentally as a cope, because this isn't like a Tywin Lannister thing where it's like, the lion does not concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. It's like, no. He's very concerned. Endlessly concerned. And he has to tell us constantly. It's like Elon Musk. Like, he has all the money in the world. He can buy countries. But he needs you to know that he is the best Path of Exile player on the earth. And at that point you realize that what you are witnessing is the outside expression of a trap of cosmic dimensions. Where it's like, wow, you are seeing the end of someone's monkey paw storyline. Psychopath isn't a psychiatric diagnosis. They mean generally like some kind of dehumanized lack of empathy, where you lack the organ for a normal level of human dimensionality. I don't like that description. I think that is a cope by itself. But, like, I get the general idea. The idea is like he's physically incapable of acting like a human being. It's like, well, no, actually, that is acting like a human being. That's the kind of thing that you are.
But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now. Just release the hostages now.
Tell us where the talking llama is, and we'll burn your house to the ground. Just picture this for a second. Oh yes, I've solved so many wars, 7 wars. Tiny little insurgency. Please release the hostages, please. I can't stop Israel from killing all of your kids, but please. Good night, everybody. Like, wow. Just that juxtaposition I find funny.
Thank you.
Would find funny if it wasn't for the other half of that thing I just said.
As we have got to come together, and we will come together, got to get it done. We have to stop the war in Gaza immediately. We have to stop it.
There's no war in Gaza.
We have to negotiate.
That's not a war.
Immediately have to negotiate peace. We got to get the hostages.
A war is when you have a struggle for territory between two forces. This is not a war. There is a criminal organization that still manages to cling to life while you use their existence as an excuse to massacre civilians. There's no war in Gaza.
Back. We want all 20 back. We don't want 2 and 4. As you know, I got, along with Steve Witkoff and others that helped us, Marco Rubio, we got most of them back. We were involved in all of them. But I always said the last 20 are going to be the hardest, and that's exactly what happened. We have to get them back now. We don't want to get back 2, and then another 2, and then 1, and then 3. Have this process. No, we want them all back, and we want the actually 38 dead bodies back too. Those parents came to me, and they want them back, and they want them back very quickly and very badly, as though they were alive. They want them. They want them every bit as much as if their son or daughter were alive. I've also been working relentlessly, stopping the killing in Ukraine. I thought that would be, of the 7 wars that I stopped, I thought that would be the easiest because of my relationship with President Putin, which had always been a good one.
Yeah,
That was going to be the easiest.
we know,
one. But,
Donald.
in
It's
war,
okay.
You never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad. Everyone thought Russia would win this war in 3 days, but it didn't work out that way. It was supposed to be just a quick little skirmish. It's not making Russia look good. It's making them look bad. No matter what happens from here on out, this was something that should have taken a matter of days, certainly less than a week. And they've been fighting for 3.5 years and killing anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides, every single week, from 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people, and some in cities, much smaller numbers, where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped. This war would never have started if I were president. This was a war that should have never happened. It shows you what leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country. Look what happened.
I mean, just to be clear, Russia was literally holding out for a Trump presidency. You gave them the energy to keep fighting the war because they knew you would be a hindrance and not a help to Ukraine.
And look where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be needlessly lost on both sides. China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy and Russian energy products, which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy. Think of it. They're funding the war against themselves. Who the hell ever heard of that one? In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal to end the war, then the United States is fully prepared to impose a very strong round of powerful tariffs, which would stop the bloodshed, I believe, very quickly. But for those tariffs to be...
It's just like, yeah, now he's a friend of Zelensky. Look, his stuff's falling through with Putin. It's just like, man. Just like, we're gonna sanction Russia, or we're not gonna sanction. We're gonna put tariffs on Russia. Really? You're gonna that'll do it, Donald. Alright. Hey guys, this was a relatively low energy stream for the simple reason that I am actually pretty sick today. So, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to send you away. I am finishing up a video essay that will hopefully be out tomorrow morning. At the very least, the write-up for it will be available on Patreon. We'll be getting back to regular streams after tomorrow, Thursday. And then we'll be back to day by day. Why don't you eat better? I eat pretty well, thank you. Just got sick. I think it's because I'm indoors all the time, so when I go on the bus or whatever, like the little colds that everybody gets, I get them harder. But, or I'm just a weenie, either or. Anyways, have a good night, and I will see you on Thursday. Possibly Wednesday night, possibly tomorrow night, but definitely Thursday. Sending you to Queeman, because apparently there's some D'Oreo drama, and screw him. Or unless Kidnotkin's live. Is Kidnotkin live? If Kid's live, we'll send you there. He is. Alright, I'm sending you there. Okay, bye-bye.